Benson is working in the Pathways Dynamic Leadership. It's level 1, writing a speech with purpose. Her speech is brought to you today by the EU, thank you. It's the EU AI law. Help me welcome up Julia Benson.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Raise your hand if you have used ChatGPT. Nice. Raise your hand if you were really impressed the first time you used it, how well it understood you. I was able to respond. Raise your hand if you're concerned that AI will take over the world and enslave humans. Laws to the rescue. The EU AI Act is here to protect our human rights and us humans. What is AI? So we'll hear all about it from Jason and Courtney in the next speeches, but here's how the EU defines it. A shortened version. Artificial intelligence systems, AI, is software that can, for a given set of human-defined objectives, generate outputs such as content, predictions, recommendations, or decisions influencing the environment they interact with. The EU is taking a risk-based approach to AI systems. It defined 4 risk categories and 4 ways it addresses them. There is the unacceptable risk, the high risk, the limited risk, and no risk. Unacceptable risk. Let's say Kim wants to develop a social scoring system. She wants to, with that system, she will be collecting your data, your posts on social media, maybe throw in your Amazon purchase history, analyze your posts about the elections, and generate a score. And based on that score, you may or may not get the house you were putting an offer for, or you may or may not get the job you applied for. So the EU says this is banned. We're not allowing that. Sorry. That's okay. High risk. Let's say John wants to develop and sell a self-driving car in France. All right. So you can do that, but you have to comply with strict regulations. You have to write a lot of technical documentation, a lot of it. You have to go through audits, and you have to register your high-risk system in an EU database. But you can do it. It's all good. Limited risk systems. So let's say Lee wants to develop a competitor to ChatGPT, a new chat AI system for people to use. For that, she has slightly less restrictions, but she still has to develop a lot of technical documentation. She has to consider copyright laws as the AI is answering questions. She has to consider cybersecurity because she will be protecting the consumer's data. And then there is no risk. Let's say John wants to develop a video game with an AI-assisted feature. That's great, no risk, you don't have to do anything else. So you don't have to go through different audits and provide documentation. So this law was released in 2024 in August, so this year. Developers have up to 2 years time, so August 2026, if you do not comply, so you have time to get ready for that, you will have to pay. So if you do not comply by providing enough documentation, or you lie about what your system does or does not, you have to pay 7.5 million or 1% of your global turnover, whichever is higher. If you deploy a banned system, so no social scoring there, it will be 35 million or 7% of global turnover. So how does that affect us? I mean, first of all, it will be affecting, it does apply to the larger tech companies that do offer services to European Union citizens. It will eventually trickle down to us though, as US citizen, also in form of laws, but where I believe we will see the most impact first is as we open our preferred AI chat assistant, we may see a transparency notice that says something like, now you're talking to an AI. I am not a human. And a little explanation box that says how the AI came to the decision or to the information it's offering to you and the sources it's used or limitations that were applied. It may have a data privacy statement saying what data will be used, which of your data will be used. You may have an opt-out feature that says, you don't want to use that type of data and as you're interacting with the system, or you don't want to use certain functionalities. And there may be a little contact box that says, reach out to our customer service if you are not happy with the responses or you have concerns. Lastly, let's not be obdurate and embrace this new technology. I still think AI will take over the world. But with strong laws, we can grow this technology while protecting our data and human rights. Thank you.